Robin Hood Radio presents the best of the Berkshires from BerkshireStyle.com. BerkshireStyle.com is an online magazine and resource serving and celebrating the tri-state area. Breathtakingly beautiful and surprisingly unspoiled, the Berkshire region has long inspired gracious living. The online pages contain a wealth of local information, inviting all to do more to explore and support this very special community.
I'm Tony Tucker of Berkshire Style. What has become as American as apple pie, we cannot ignore the Super Bowl. But what if football is not your passion? How do you survive the Super Bowl party? Catherine Boughton has some wise, helpful, and amusing tips to get you through Super Sunday. Each week, our millennial writer, Charlotte Penrose, looks around the region at what's happening and shares her recommendation for the most interesting and fun events to come. Here are some of her tips for this week. BYOB jewelry designing, sipping and stringing. This is not your summer camp's arts and crafts jewelry making class. Working with semi-precious beads and findings, you'll be learning the skills of crimping, stringing, design, attaching clasps, and tool usage. Even though it's winter, you can brighten up your life with a shiny new necklace or bracelet and warm up the night at this BYOB adults-only evening in New Milford. The Laramie Project, 10 years later. Following the tragic and brutal murder of Matthew Shepard in 1998, 10 members of Teutonic Theater Project traveled to Laramie, Wyoming, to conduct interviews with the people of the town. Conversations which would become the basis for the Laramie Project. 10 years later, members of Teutonic returned, revisiting the folks whose words riveted us, plus interviews with the two murderers and Matthew's mother, Judy Shepard. In looking at the long-term effect of the murder, they found a town wrestling with its legacy and history, and ultimately asking, how does society write its own history? This weekend at the Warner Theater in Torrington. Helia Native Nursery, Winter Wonderlands. You don't need a meteorologist or me to tell you that winters can be long, cold, and dark in New England. Come to this day-long workshop to learn to create winterscapes that spruce up your garden and provide valuable winter food and habitats for songbirds and pollinators. Get insider tips like leaving the seed heads of perennial gardens through the winter and using fruiting trees and shrubs to create a songbird winter feeding habitat. This morning session will be followed by lunch, bring your own, and then you'll enjoy a beautiful wildlife tracking nature walk in West Stockbridge. TEDx North Adams, Community Ideals. Leaders in education, philanthropy, dance, farming, and more from North and South County are speaking on their role in responsibility to and cultivation of community, looking at the baseline of how we define community and its role in our daily lives, to the ways we actively engage, discover, challenge, and impact those in which we live. The event offers an opportunity to think bigger, focus intensely, and interact in a deeper way than you might have done before. At Mass MoCA in North Adams. White Hart Speaker Series, The Edge of Anarchy. The Edge of Anarchy from celebrated author Jack Kelly tells the dramatic story of the explosive 1894 clash of industry, labor, and government that shook the nation and marked a turning point for America. He traces themes that could be taken from the headlines today: upheaval in America's industrial heartland, wage stagnation, and festering conflict over race, immigration, and inequality. A vivid account of the greatest uprising of working people in American history. Listen to the author talk about the process of writing the book and lessons that can be learned from this period in our history at the White Hart Inn in Salisbury. Check out our website for further information. Just click on Happening This Week on the button on the home page of Berkshire Style. Our other features can also be accessed from the home page. Please support our advertisers. Just click on the ads themselves, which lead directly to their websites. Our favorite thing. Have you ever been to a radio play? Local students will bring the story, with illustrations, to life as they read from the timberline, a book by Gregory Manches, whose artwork is now showing at the Norman Rockwell Museum. Free to one and all, but you must reserve at the Mahawi in Great Barrington. Out on a Limb, in her essay Phone Home, Catherine Boughton muses on the changes in our work habits brought about by the telephone, internet, and Wi-Fi. How does she work these days? And oh, by the way, how would history have changed if Robert E. Lee had phoned home? Berkshire Kitchen. Continuing our Super Bowl theme, Jane has an amazing recipe for Reuben casserole to make sandwiches that wow your guests on Sunday. If you're not in the mood for that, we also have links to pulled pork, Litchfield chili, and Super Bowl wings. Country Homes. A modernized farmhouse sits on over 50 acres with expansive Catskill Mountain views. The house has a wraparound porch, sleek and open chef kitchen, breakfast nook, living room with rustic beams, gorgeous wood-burning stone fireplace, chestnut floors, and a first-floor master suite. Outdoors is a crystal-clear swim pond with a cozy cabin and a separate barn with workshop or studio space. One must see the property to truly appreciate it. Please visit us at Berkshire Style. We're an online magazine and resource, here to help you find your way around the greater Berkshire area. Have a wonderful week.
BerkshireStyle.com's mission is to seek out and celebrate the richness, vitality, and diversity of resources we have on our doorstep. If you have a passion for refined simplicity, regional charm, and good taste, you're in the right place. After all, what's life without style? BerkshireStyle.com.